Robert Morris's $1 million demand sparks backlash from Gateway Church members. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Because everything that he's done in the dark is coming to the light, and he has shown over these years that he's not a man of character and integrity. I don't care what you say. So I want you to check out my previous video where I specifically went into his demands, and I showed a local news report on what he's demanding based on his retirement and the agreement that the church, the elders, the church board made with him when he was resigning. So check that video out. This is just sickening all the way around. But let's get into what a former church member had to say. And as a former church member of Gateway Church in Southlake, it just sickens me to even rehash these things and to think about me sitting in the audience, me being a part of a small group, me volunteering at the church at that time, and having Robert Morris being my head pastor and everything that he said in the pulpit. So let's get into it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below.
Gateway Church member Catherine Leach speaking to us over the phone tonight, shocked to learn her former pastor, Robert Morris, is now demanding millions of dollars from Gateway Church after resigning last year. This all coming months after Leach and hundreds of other members demanded refunds for their tithe money they have given to the church. Refunds Morris offered to the congregation for years.
If you are not fully satisfied at the end of that year, I'll give you your money back.
There is no way to tell where that money is going. And there is no way to confirm that Robert Morris is fully gone from Gateway Church. And until they prove that there is no connection to Robert Morris, then why would people continue to give?
This latest lawsuit from Morris coming days after he appeared in an Oklahoma courtroom for sexual abuse allegations. In those filings, 63-year-old Morris claims Gateway elders verbally agreed to pay Morris $800,000 until he reached the age of 70, and then $600,000 as long as he and his wife are living. Gateway said it is refusing Morris's demands.
That's a substantial amount of money. And as a pastor, do they really need that much money?
Micah Dortch, the lead attorney in an ongoing class action lawsuit by former church members over their ties, said in a statement, "It does seem ironic that Gateway is fighting paying Mr. Morris in one forum, while simultaneously in another forum refusing to honor the commitments to refund tithes that Mr. Morris gave to members multiple times."
According to these statements, and contrary to what has been alleged online and by former employees, Gateway has averaged approximately 19% in giving to global missions.
Back in October, Gateway Church elder Trey Wilbanks announced the church hired an agency to look into its financial ethics. Dortch says the church will not give him those audits. Meanwhile, though, Leach is still waiting for answers on their money and Morris.
That's all we're asking for is transparency.
Now, Gateway Church says it doesn't have any record of agreeing to pay the amount of money that Morris is seeking. However, the church does say there is a written agreement that calls for, quote, no benefits to be paid if Morris's departure is related to a felony conviction or plea. In Southlake, Amelia McGalvro, CBS News, Texas.
Now again, let me know what you guys think of this recent news article in the comments below. Before I wrap this up, I'm going to read to you verbatim the news release from CBS News. So let's get into that. Now the headline is Robert Morris's $1 million demand. Church lawyers wrote in the court filing that amid the chaos of his conduct had unleashed upon Gateway and his community, Morris was laser focused on securing his financial future. I have so many comments on this, but I digress. On September 25th of 24, just over 3 months following Morris's resignation, his attorney sent a letter to church lawyers with various demands, including more than $1 million that had accrued in Morris's retirement account. The letter also claimed that church elders had verbally promised Morris a retirement benefit of $800,000 per year until he turns 70 and $600,000 per year for as long as he or his wife are living. Man, that's a lot of money. However, according to a retirement compensation agreement, including in the court filing, the church would pay Morris $170 per year for 20 years following his retirement. Their agreement also included a provision that the retirement benefit is not payable if Morris is fired or resigns for failing to adhere to church policies and causing harm to the church. Clearly, based on these facts and based on Cindy Clemenshire and everything that transpired in with Robert Morris lying, living in a lifestyle of sin, blatantly lying to his congregants, to myself, because I was once a member of Gateway Church. Based on all of that, he did not adhere to church policies, which caused harm to, most importantly, not only Ms. Clemenshire, but every member that paid tithes, that went to church faithfully in Southlake or any other campus. So he clearly failed to adhere to church policies. Case closed. The church argued that if Morris is convicted of the criminal charges he faces in Oklahoma, it would have grounds to withhold the money. Now, Morris claims that in the meeting at Gateway last June, when he was forced to resign, he specifically asked and was assured he would receive his retirement benefits, but that the church may need to get creative with how he was going to be paid, and that Morris would not have agreed to the termination otherwise. I'm going to stop it there. A few points I want to make here. We all have different levels of lifestyles, and this further adds to the stigma and the black eye that megachurches have in this country, in this world. Based on your lifestyle, $170,000 a year, it's not little money. It's not an awful lot of money, but $800,000 or $600,000 to live off on for retirement, and you can't live off of that. I'm not specifically verbalizing what Pastor Moore said, but essentially he's saying, okay, that's not good enough. I want my money and I want it now. I want all the money that's mine. That's just crazy. And for him to continuously add to insult and injury over this whole ordeal is just debauchery. It's foolishness. I wish he would just come out and make a statement. Say, yeah, I did this, or no, I did not do that. Come out and make a statement. But I'm sure he'll never ever do that, because from his actions, based on his fruit, he's a coward. So again, I digress. This is sickening. And as I said in many of these videos about the Robert Morris scandal, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised when additional things come out and come to the open, because what's done in the dark will be revealed in the light. So again, let me know what you guys think of this in the comments below. We'll talk soon.